Right, let's talk about the co-main event of this Saturday's card. Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena. Awooga. What a test this is for Maddalena. I will get into Maddalena in a moment. I'm a huge fan of his. Tom is also a huge fan of his as well. Tom Ballum, that is, my regular co-host, who is not here to preview this fight with me. Let's talk about Kevin Holland, though, first. It's, single strikes from an orthodox stance, long-range weapons, sniping from the outside, quick hands, really well-angled jab, and he's actually someone who kind of is happy to throw across his body. So by that, I mean, let's imagine he's facing Della Maddalena. He will... And Della Maddalena, let's say Maddalena, who switches, can get squared up at points. Let's say Della Maddalena is in orthodox. Holland will step outside the front foot, throw the left-hand jab out there, and then actually throw across his body because he has got monstrously long arms. I mean, I think it's only second to John Jones. John Jones fights 3 divisions up from Holland. Yeah, and he'll throw that sort of right hand across his chest and sort of turn with it to land it on you, because you're not expecting him to land or throw and land from that angle. Knees up the middle, elbows in the clinch. He's got a lot of weapons from a lot of different ranges. He's someone that you don't really want to weight too much against. I mean, even on the ground as well, submission finishes. The one of Chiesa in his last fight was very impressive. He had the one of Tim Means last year as well. They were both Darce chokes, actually. Sorry, I forgot about that. He also had, the finish of Ponzinibbio earlier this year. And he's got a nice run going at welterweight. He's got wins over Alex Oliveira, Tim Means, Santiago Ponzinibbio, and Michael Chiesa, but then defeats to Khamzat Chimaev, obviously on 1 day's notice. We all know how that went. And Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, where he had to sort of retire between rounds. Fine by that, in my opinion. I think did he break his hand in that? Probably the right thing to do. And he faces Della Maddalena. And this is, a great test for Della Maddalena to see where he is at. And the thing that I like about Della Maddalena is his willingness to wait, and then his willingness to then press the action for a finish. He's willing to test out different weapons and ranges, and he doesn't just headhunt. He'll move up and down the body. He'll find multiple different shots from multiple different angles out of both stances. I think Della Maddalena is he's so good. He's shown a lot to be excited about. I think it was it Hamazan Emeev? The liver punch finish that he got there. I mean, he had 4 first round finishes in a row, and all the finishes are around, 2 to 3 minutes into the round. But even within those 2 to 3 minutes, has shown an ability to move up and down the body. It was his last fight against Basil Hafez that we saw, a bit of an issue that I think needs a bit of context. He got out-wrestled by Hafez. I think it was in the first round. Hafez, who came in short notice as Della Maddalena a week before, cut weight and made weight, and his opponent had to pull out. And so he fought a week later, had to cut weight again down to 170. And Hafez, who has come off the regional scene, and let me just say, he's a juicy boy, yeah? If I was a regional MMA fighter, I'd be very juicy myself. It's just to get into this position of the UFC. Hey man, I totally get it. It's absolutely fine. He takes down Della Maddalena, pushes him. Maybe you're thinking there's a bit of cardio issue there, but I do think that 2 weight cuts in a week is barbaric and probably shouldn't have been done, but he wasn't going to get paid otherwise, and that's terrible. Probably should have paid him anyway for the previous fight. Instead, they get a pretty good performance out of Della Maddalena under difficult circumstances against a short notice opponent. Fine. We know how Kevin Holland will win this fight. Long range, single shots, catching his opponent, hurting him, finishing him off from there. Loopy kicks with straight punches. That is the Kevin Holland game plan. He has a really nice sort of step up high kick from the left leg. So the left leg step up high kick to the head, sort of disguises it to the body. Will throw it to the body, gets it nice and tucked into the ribs, under the elbow, armpit area. Awful thing to take. And then we'll have the exact same setup and then throw up to the head from there. But it's the hands, slick, long punches. And how does a guy like Della Maddalena back up Kevin Holland so he can get him up against the fence, square him up, and do his work from there? Double jabs, straight punches to the body, double jab up top, right hand downstairs, double jab to the body, or jab to the body, jab to the head, right hand behind it, left hand behind it, depending on which stance he's in. So mixing of targets within combinations, and also throwing combinations that are longer than 2 or 3 shots. Starting and ending combos because you're the one still throwing. It's obviously a lot more tiring. He's having to punch upwards as well. But as I've said before, because you're punching upwards, take your right hand and you throw it in a straight, throw it up. Because of how you're throwing it, as I'm doing right now, you are naturally protecting your chin, and then throw your right hand and throw it downwards. Because of how you're throwing it, you naturally open up the chin from there. So Holland out of the right hand, orthodox, throwing the right straight. That could open up for a left hook for Della Maddalena. Della Maddalena knows this. I would be expecting to throw multiple long combinations. I think he gets the better of Holland over the course of the 15 minutes. Della Maddalena by decision for me. However, there is a lot of weapons that will be coming back his way. Knees up the middle, elbows in the clinch, knees in the clinch, and also maybe Della Maddalena, like Alexa Grasso, like I said in the preview of that, feint the takedown, get him moving backwards, make things awkward for him. Della Maddalena by decision, the official, hold on I'm talking brother, pick. Thank you.